Hi, friends. How are you guys today? This is Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. If you guys don't see the little red light right there, that means you're on the replay. Just put hashtag replay in the comments and make sure that you share because sharing is caring. Lavender is the word of the day, and put that in the comments if you want the supply list. It's been an interesting morning already. This is the transfer that we're using. It's called Lavender Fields. It's really pretty. And I wanted to show you yesterday's project. Be Still and Know. It's really pretty. I did the back with that vanilla. It's really pretty. And I used all the shimmers. I made it look like a sunset in California, in the California ocean. That's the vision I had in my brain. Okay, let me just stick this to the side here real quick. And I posted something this morning. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was what's in a name, and so it gave me a something to talk about with you guys today. Where did you get your name? And so in the comments, tell me, how did you get your name? Where did you get your name? Where does your name come from? And if you saw, I posted about a thing from Bewitched, which was a late 60s show, mid to late 60s show. And I think it went into the 70s. Hold on, let me flip you guys around. Let's go here. Hi, Jen. Thanks so much, hon. Thank you. So, Jennifer, before you go, if you hear me, where did you get your name? Is yours a family name? Was it a popular name when you were born? I always like to find out where people's names come from because I have an interesting, not normal name. So I am going, now this is the outside of the box frame. I've used this many times. Not on silent. So I painted this surface. The backside, the cool part about this is it's double-sided. So this surface is this side. This was brown, and so I wanted it to be vanilla. I didn't want it to be stark white, so I painted it with our vanilla. And the cool thing about the outside the box frame is that you can replace that surface on the inside. Now, because this is painted, I want to wax this. So we're going to wax it real quick. And if you guys are here, make sure that you say hello. I'm just using my wax and then buffing it off. And for those of you guys that are new, I go live every day at 11 a.m. and then also 5 o'clock on Fridays. 5 o'clock on Fridays, I do 11 a.m. and 5. And what I do on Friday nights is I do a fast project. And that is basically a project under 20 minutes. I get that thing done and we are out. Okay, so when you wax, you want to make sure that's sticky right there. So we're just going to buff it. You want it nice and smooth. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So we're going to be using, I just grabbed all my purples, like every purple I have. We're going to kind of do like a hot mess. And then I grabbed my jade. I was going to get jade, but I was out of jade. So I just grabbed a light green, which is wild lime. I don't want the greenery to be wild lime, but I didn't want it to be pesto either. So I grabbed both colors and we'll kind of mix them. Okay. And then I'm going to use black. All right. So those to the side. And then I'm going to grab out my fuzz cloth because it's a brand new transfer. We need to get this fuzzed. Anytime you use a brand new transfer, you want to make sure that you fuzz it because it's sticky. Our transfers you can use multiple times, 10 to 12 times. Okay? But the first time, you fuzz it. You can use a towel, your shirt, whatever you want. I'm using our fuzz cloth because it's pretty. It's our teal green. Okay. All right. And the idea on the waxing our surface is because you don't want your transfer to stick to your surface and pull the paint up. Now I used vanilla paste, but you definitely could use paint if you have it. I use what I've got. And then I'm going to center this. We've been watching our nephew's funeral, our nephew-in-law, our niece's husband passed away last week. And so we've been watching his funeral there up in Idaho. So that's what we were doing this morning. It's been a solemn day. Again, if you guys are here, make sure you say hello. I'm gonna start with all of the black. Everything around here is gonna be black. Okay. So we're just gonna squeegee on black. And then we're gonna pull that up, do the paste and peel. Try not to get into. Thank you so much, Kathy. It's been hard for her. They've got 3 kids. Their youngest is like 6. She looks just like her dad. Well, honestly, she looks like her mom too. Let me just pull this up real quick. How pretty that is. I find that when you craft, it kind of is therapeutic. Takes your mind off of things. So there's some dots in the background, and that's to give it a look of like distressed. Do you see? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really cool. It's just interesting. Life is interesting. Tomorrow's not always guaranteed. All right, let me lift this up. So, like I said, we're talking about names. Let's talk about names. Let's talk about something good right now. So, Kathy, you just had a brand new grandbaby. Where did they get her name? Is it a family name? And where did you get your name? Are you named after somebody? I posted something this morning about where my name came from, and if you guys don't know the story, I'll tell you the story. But my dad, my mom wanted to name me Noel. My dad said, unless she's born on Christmas Day, forget it. And I was born in March, so my birthday's coming up. And obviously, I was not born on Christmas or anywhere near Christmas. So my name is not Noel. But my dad loved television. Like he loved all things TV series. He was a big MASH fan when that came out. He's a huge MASH fan. And it was interesting to me because he was in the he was wounded in Vietnam, spent a lot of time in a military hospital after he was wounded. Okay, so I'm gonna lay that back down. Okay, let me just scoop this up. But my dad loved Bewitched. Her mother had it picked since she was a child. Her name is my mother's name. That's awesome. I was named after Lisa Presley. Oh, that is so cool. Hi, Vic. How's Chuck doing? How's he doing? You guys have been on our prayers. Um, so I was not named after anybody that's related to me. I was named after, interestingly enough, I was named after characters from Bewitched. My dad loved that show, and he sat up in bed one night. And back in the day, I mean, 57 years ago, they didn't have ultrasound, right? They had X-rays of all things, right? And they they didn't they didn't know if I was a boy or a girl. But my mom was completely convinced that I was a girl. So my dad was just picking out girl names, and when my mom was shot down for not naming me Noelle, my dad sat up in bed one night and said Tarina, and my mom's like, "What? Go to bed, go to sleep." And she asked him the next day, "What were you talking about? What is that name?" And he goes, "That's the baby's name, Tarina." And she said, "Where on earth did you get that name?" And he goes, "Well, I was kicking around the name Tabitha and Serena, and I thought, why don't we just combine the two?" And my mom's like, "Tarina, okay." So that's how they came up with my name. So I'm just picking I picked a light green and the pesto to create this little lighter color. Went to the doctor today and fully on the mend. Yes. Yes, that is good news. So Lisa, that was very popular. Lisa Marie. She was born after my sister, I think. Lisa was a very popular name. Lisa's a very popular name in the 70s. Were you born in the 70s, or was your mom just an Elvis fan? Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of hit the green areas. We'll come back and do we'll do the purple in just a second. And I've got my detail tool. And you guys, if you don't want to be as detailed as this, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I could have done this all in black. It would have been just as great. But just remember, if you are doing any kind of um, like different colors, make sure you do like a paste and peel. Okay. We'll come back in. I actually saw somebody do like some not felt flowers, some silk flowers. And over top of this, I made it look three-dimensional. I thought that was really pretty. I'm not doing that, but it was very pretty. Oh, goodness. So this is on one of the outside of the box refills. And I have a couple of those, and I just change them in and out. The outside of the box is actually retired. I think they retired it. I hope they come back with something like it. But we do have some refills. So if you've got an outside the box frame, it's you still can get the refills. But honestly, even if you just worked on this, it's a great surface. Okay, I think that's all the green. Okay, so now let's do some purple. Let me rinse this guy off. Sorry, you guys. That's kind of like tearing up today, so I'm all sinusy and I have a sinus infection and an abscessed tooth, so that I found out, I've got to have another mouth surgery. Got to love my mouth. Always something. So that's another reason why I've been so I didn't have the flu, but I had a upper respiratory infection, and it didn't go away. So stupid. Don't like being sick. Okay, so I did put a little bit of water in my pesto just because it's a little thick. So the next time I use it, it'll be nice. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open all of my colors. So this is Regal. Love me some brand new paste. Oh, shoot. That ended up on the ground. I would have stepped right in it. Your aunts were your aunts where they picked the name. That's so awesome. Yes, very trendy. Yeah, isn't that funny how we get our names? My sister's name is Jamie, and she got her name because my mom, since my dad picked my name, my mom's like, well, I'm picking the next name, and she was determined that that my sister was going to be a boy, and so she was going to name the boy after my grandpa, her dad, James, and she didn't have another name picked out. So again, 55 years ago, there's no ultrasounds and stuff like that. Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of detail tools, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go hit and miss. This is, again, just kind of all over with these. This is the hot mess. I used to, before I knew what hot mess was, I would call it the speckle technique because I just speckled it, right? And you just got to be careful not to get it in the jars. And if you do, it's okay. Just pull it out. Some of this is shimmer. I just grabbed whatever colors I had. So now I'm just going to drag those colors up. And I might go over that green a little bit, and I'm okay with that. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know if you can even tell, but that's really pretty. Like that. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put a little bit of that Regal into a tray. Since that's going to be my last color that I dip into. And that way, if I mess it up, like I don't want to mix colors. Okay. So now that I kind of know what I'm doing here, let's get a little more brave. Go a little faster. Okay. And you guys, I just grabbed whatever colors I had that were purple-ish, kind of. In the purple family. Some were shimmer, some were not. I think 2 of these are shimmers. And then I'm going to go over with that Regal. Cover up all of the screens. Okay, let's pull that. Yeah, that's really pretty. Those colors are really nice. Do you guys see that? All right, let's do that again. Keep going. So Vic, where did you get your name? And I know people call you Vivi. Where did you get that name? Where did you get your nickname? Thanks, Vicky. I appreciate it. Your middle name is your grandmother's, okay? My mom's middle name is Jane, and my grandma's middle name was Jane. So she was named, Sharon was a very popular name, I think, in the 40s, the late 40s, when my mom was born. And so but she got my grandma's middle name. Just trying to make sure I got all of the screens covered. Thank you. Isn't that great? It looks so cool. And it gives, honestly, it gives a bit of a 3-dimensional effect. So let's finish this up. And if you guys want the link to this project, just put lavender in the comments. I do have one of the outside the box frames left, and it comes with an insert. I know it's not available online anymore, but I've got one in stock if you want that. Right. And I liked a little bit of the ooh, almost went in the wrong one. Almost went to the wrong one. Okay, let's put these right here. And then finish up with the regal. Just like this. I'm just making sure I've got all the screens covered. All right, leave that there. And I can actually put that back because I didn't mix it up. So let's pull this up. Wowzers. Look at that. That one's pretty. I'm going to set that aside. Put that on the backer sheet, and then you can wash that off. A little warm water. Yes, I will add that one to your order, my friend. Vivi comes from when I was a little girl and I couldn't say Vicky, so I always said Vivi too. Vivi too. That's so cute. So when it came to me being a grandmother, that's what I picked. I love that. I love that. That's such a you've got such a good grandma name. I keep leaning towards like I know I'm grandma and everybody calls me grandma, but I hope my kids start calling me Grammy. I know that was my grandma and that was their great grandma, but I just love Grammy. I think Grammy's so cool. My other grandma's name was I called her Momo because everybody called her mom, and so I just kept saying Momo, Momo. Okay, I'm just gonna dry this real quick. You know what I didn't do? And I totally forgot, but the tie right there, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put an actual bow there. I was going to paint it. I was going to use the paste and make it purple, and I totally forgot. So let me grab some ribbon. Let me grab a purple ribbon, and I'll put it there. Because you know I've got purple ribbon. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Okay. Let's grab. Dang it. I started drawing and I'm like, what's that big old mark right here? Hi, Miss Victoria. How are you, friend? How are you feeling? Get to since we ombre'd the flowers, let's ombre the ribbon. I cut it a little longer than I need. I don't think I have any like thinner. So before you start taking everything up, make sure you do that bow. If you do a different color, I just didn't want it green. Come on, I'm all thumbs today, you guys. Do that. That's pulling it. Tie a double knot right there so it doesn't go anywhere. See if I can do a bow. Shall I? Come on. The bow's harder than anything else. Thank you, Victoria. Oh, forget the bow. Forget it. Hell's bells. Let me turn on my heat gun. I'm going to put that right there, and I'll trim it. But these are kind of going wild, these little tails. So I'm going to do that. I'll glue that after I get it on or get it in the frame. All right. So don't forget the bow. Jeez Louise. Okay, let me grab the frame. And the frame has like a little slit right here. So I'm going to put that in. There you go. Look at that. Yes, we're pretty close to done. Thanks, Vic. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, let me go here. Hello, friends. Hello. Okay, so what do you guys think? Glue gun gets heated up. I'll do this, and I'll trim it so it doesn't cover anything, but I'll trim it up a little bit. What do you guys think? Again, if you want this project, just put lavender in the comments. And Kathy, I will pull this frame for you. There are inserts for this on the website. And I also put the link. But look how you guys I'm looking at the different colors of that lavender. It's so pretty. Really cool. Love that. Okay. All right. I'm just going to sit here and marvel at how cool that is. Okay. Have a great day. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.